Shalom, fam. Jumpy Hoppy. Woo-wee. Today, look at the beautiful sun up there. Some of y'all know, I actually kind of sit on myself, and I can't toot my own horn because really, the Most High gives us gifts and talents. But some of y'all might already know that well, now I'm like an undercover photographer, but my one of my trades was photography. My grandfather actually had a dark room in his house in the basement when I was in elementary school, and I would go with him to work sometimes at the mall. He used to work at Ritz Camera, and the other brother that worked there, he owned the what would you call it? What was it Long John Silver's down at Mondawmin Mall for y'all that in Baltimore? Long John Silver. They used to send me over there. Oh yeah, tell them such and so sent you, and then I would take the food back. Anyway, I think that's kind of maybe where I got my first, got my love for photography there, and he gave me my first SLR camera. Somebody said, "Oh, that's a masculine job." I'm like, oh man, all right. There's many types of photography now. If you want to label it male, female, animal, landscape, portrait, commercial, I've done it all. I was my own first model actually before doing contract modeling. Though someone will argue, gaslight, will argue, oh, modeling is this, that, and the third. Even though that person still is their own model, but they won't actually admit and say that. We're all models when we walk out the door. We're still models, just not even on external-ish, but the internal-ish. Modeling something for somebody else. It doesn't have to just be the physical stuff. It could be your demeanor. But anyway, usually when you say modeling as a trade, it's going to be the physical side. So I digress on that. So anyway, photography. That was my trade at Cornell. Not stunting. I ended up there because the Most High put me there because of the gifts and talents He's instilled in me. So thankfully, I've been able to express it on the planet in a variety of ways. Not to exalt myself, but just for the love of the arts. In a variety of ways, drawing on my own clothes and doing seed bead work. I need to start showing more of that because I've been sitting on it. I still have stuff in the unit that I used to have a studio space for it, and I need to pull that out again now that they're getting a little bit older, and I can time block, woo, them beetles, they're like cicadas. Time block something, some time for that, maybe like once a week or so, but priorities, right? Anyway, the Most High instilling gifts and talents in us to exalt Him, right? I want to thank the other family on YouTube educating other, put that down please, educating us about the NPD situation, or what did she say? Lisa Romano, high characteristic trait, highly narc trait. And about a year ago, I kind of heard about Dr. Romani. I was like, oh, we kind of toss it up there and make think anything of it. But then it started coming back to my consciousness and awareness. And it really is a thing. The more I'm hearing of people's stories and the things they had endured and the behavior traits and the situations other people have gone through, it really has been healing to hear. And if any of my current viewers, have endured and grown through the narc abuse situation, please drop your information below. Because really, wouldn't have never known jack squat about it until now, and listening to these family members online. I'm talking like 20 some, I mean, religiously, it's like, it's therapeutic. I can't judge it as good or bad, though the flesh really, it feels bad, really. And at the same time, you're sad at the same time, because you're like, man, like, what's really going on under the surface that can't, I'm not the one. We can't do nothing in flesh. Nothing, other thing. Come back. Drop your information, females. I still right here to that direction. Though I've never been a type of person to, you know, oh snap, I do. Out of I don't know anymore. I just don't. So, I've been listening to some music that actually people have been sharing their stories about the real life situations that they shared, that these people, brothers, these sisters have been sharing on YouTube, that just really has bring me to a very strong awareness now, and has given me tools to help navigate through this. It do, make you ask the Most High, why? Like, you kind of like, the ego try to come at you like, just try to come at you when you at your lowest, like when you're asking questions and you don't necessarily get the answers right then and there, but they will come. And so I also want to encourage anybody else out there that might have experienced the narc abuse and the cycles. And I'm like, it wasn't just no one or two people. Like, I mean, it really is a situation. And so it has me thinking more about, in our communities, the importance of mental health. There really is a spiritual condition. We all have something, but I'm just sharing my story here on the planet, that if any of my viewers have experienced this, some things you just had to experience yourself to order to be like a support to someone else, like a real support. Not that if you haven't, you can't be a supporter, but it's different. It's like I was never pregnant before, right? So like for me, the stuff that moms are sharing, like you hear it and you can empathize and be there as much as you can, but it's not the same as going to somebody who's been through it. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's way different. And so the other things on the planet that I know I thankfully have not experienced, and certain things I have not experienced, like I humbly shut my mouth on any topic that I have not experienced or been hands-on about myself. So I offer and extend support to anybody else that's on my little channel, trying to define it, trying to understand it, trying to understand or overstand and understand and diagonally stand the emotional components that are at play, the cycles that a lot of people have gone through. And I'm thankful, I'm just like, dang, the Most High came through somebody to create YouTube. Now, depending on what you use it for, it can be detrimental, but I think at least the stuff that I attract and the things that I research as I'm doing my tasks with my hands, that's why you see me with a bunch of different earpieces trying to, because I'm always working with my hands, like you juggling stuff, you know how I go, mom and X, Y, Z and the third, has really, really helped to create a peaceful environment for the most part on what is happening. So that the enemy doesn't sift like wheat. You know, and I ask the Most High for direction still, as I have in my life, to get a better understanding and to get direction. And yeah. So, anyways, I hope that you're creating a great day, and I hope that you take into consideration the importance of self-care. Self-care isn't just like, the outside. It's the inside too, like making time for prayer and making time to have a still moment before your day gets hectic and everything. It might be your prayer closet might be the bathroom at 4 in the morning, and then people ask, "Why are you in the bathroom so long?" Or, especially you moms, you be like, you try to eat something, and you try to you get something for your, just something, a little something for yourself for a change, right? And when you pull it out, the little one's gonna be, tick, 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 tick. Hey, can I have some? They're gonna be looking at you. Can I have some? And you try to go scurry off into the corner and eat. That's kind of like what you got to do with your stillness time. No offense. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. The ups and the downs. So the variety of very realistic emotions is there. And hey, no. Fellow brother in the body, help keep this landscape looking good. You can't be kicking the lines. That's my train of thought. Create a great day. Make sure you take a little bit of time for yourself. It is not selfish to do that. Create a great day. And I can cut the yap in your pie, but usually it's for a purpose. Peace.